Okay po. So, hi ma'am. Hi guys. So, today, tatakal po namin ang Chapter 9, Ethnomethodological Research. So, hindi mo down.
Wait. Yan.
So, ito po yung references namin kay Arthur Asaberger pa rin po. Part 1. So, what is ethnomethodological research? So, let's start with etymology and definitions. So,
Okay.
ang etymology or synonymous root word siya ng ethnomethodology, root word siya ng etymology or ethno. Ang ethno ay isang study kung paano ginagamit ang everyday interactions. Ang ethno study made by Harold Garfinkel in the 1960s. Harold Garfinkel is an American sociologist and a professor. He is known for establishing and developing ethnomethodology as a field in inquiry and sociology. So, refers to practices this particular group employs in everyday activities. Pumapasok po siya sa methods or practices. Ang ethnomethodology ay nagko-combine ng mga methods or practices. Kasama na po yung mga participant observation, focus group discussion, and conversational analysis. So, and definitions po, focuses on people common knowledge of society. Ito po yung main purpose ng study kung paano po nabuo ang ethnomethodology. Its interest in studying everyday life and how people think and act in everyday life situations. Kung, for example, sa mga advertisers, kung paano nila ma-reach yung target market nila and parang rin siyang anong goal mo sa life. Assumes that people have common understandings and examines how people reason. So, sinestudy rin dito kung paano tayo mag-reason. For example, bakit nga ba tayo kumakain in the first place? Siyempre, para mabuhay, ganun. And last but not the least, define how people make sense of the world and their everyday lives. Sa ethno, hindi lang po na na-learn natin kung ano yung nabibase natin sa society, pero other people rin. And yun po.
So,
Time out
Garfield-
lang.
Ay,
Gusto ko seryosohin kanina si Paolo kaso yung purple ng headband, kitang-kita ko.
Yung headband mo daw, Ben.
sa nanay niya po yan.
Siya talaga yung nakikita ko yung purple headband. Sige. Gusto kong tumawa, hindi ko magawa eh. Baka... sige. Go.
Garfinkel's ingenious and mischievous research. How did Garfinkel come up with ethnomethodology? So, nag-come up po ako sa question na what do people do that create the social facts that we take for granted? So, in this chapter, Garfinkel wants to take familiar scenes in people's everyday lives and ask what can be done to make trouble. So, he asks his students to do things in their everyday lives like talking to their friends or having dinner at home that can make them confused, lost, or sad. Bakit niya ginagawa to? Kasi his little experiments enable the ethnomethodologists to discover important and interesting things about the way people relate to one another. So, itong case studies na ipapakita ko, yung important segments ng ginagawa natin araw-araw that escapes our attention and provides us the opportunity to understand how people live and make sense of things. Yung unang experiment is yung clarifying comments. The students were asked na i-take nila literally yung mga sinasabi sa kanila ng ibang tao and tanungin ay and ask them to clarify their remarks. For example is yung ah, yung isang estudyante tinanong yung tao kung kamusta na ba yung girlfriend niya. Tapos ang tinanong niya kung ang ibig sabihin ba niya physically or mentally, like parang nababaliw na ba ganon. And yung ano yung tinanong yung yung ano yung tinanungan niya parang nainis at iniba na lang yung topic. So next naman is yung acting like boarders while at home. Yung students were asked na for between 15 minutes to an hour na mag-act sila na like boarders sa kanilang bahay. So they were to act polite, use formal address, and magsasalita lang sila kapag kinakausap sila. Tapos, yung ibang pamilya parang nabastusan sila. Tapos nagulat sila sa kakaibang kinikilos ng mga bata. Tapos akala nila nagtatrabaho silang mabuti, nag-aaral mabuti, may sakit or what, yung iba na inis. Tapos, etong experiment na to revealed na yung mga ganong actions, tinetake natin for granted. Tapos kapag nag-iba yung behavior ng tao, we get disturbed. Parang yung act nila, kahit hindi nalalaman ng family members kung ano yung inact nila, disturbs the equilibrium and violates everyone's expectations. Tapos, ang huling experiment naman is yung describing household as if one were a boarder. So, students were asked to spend between 15 minutes to an hour na assuming na boarder sila sa bahay nila. Na kunwari, wala silang kilala sa bahay nila, ganun. Tapos, ang nalaman nila, na nagulat sila sa nalaman nila na yung family nila masyadong personal, yung yung trato nila sa isa't isa. Tapos yung sabi naman ng iba, hindi naman daw totoo yun kasi masaya naman daw sila. So, yung mga little things na na-encounter natin araw-araw, hindi natin na papansin na ganun na pala. So, yung mga experiments ni Garfinkel shows that our common understandings and background expectancies are so routinized and strong na it doesn't take much to cause all kinds of problems and difficulties when these expectancies are not met. So,
Hi. Kung medyo confusing pa rin kung ano yung ethnomethodological research or approach para sa inyo, I'm going to show you some examples, or itong clip muna. Ito galing to sa Facebook. Siguro most of you already watched this. Ito, panoorin mo natin siya. 1 minute clip lang naman to. he tried to disrupt yung, alam niyo, yung sistema ng mga nasa lugar na yun by violating yung mga rules. So, katulad nga ng mga ginawa niya, katulad nung una, sabi nang wag ilubog yung ulo, ginawa niya, nilubog niya talaga yung buong sarili niya. Tapos yung mga bawal pumapasok siya. So, para sa ating mga nakakita, siguro most of us might think na it looks cool. Pero dun sa iba, parang asan yung common sense ni Kuya? Nakita niya nang may rules dun, pero he tends to violate it. And then, meron pang isang example. Imagine nyo na lang, nasa loob kayo ng basketball game. And then, first time nyong pumasok sa isang basketball game. And then, you don't know how to act, right? Siguro sa simula, mag-observe ka muna, pero siguro dahil din sa emotions mo, dahil habang nanonood ka, nakita mo nakascore yung team na sinusuportahan mo, you might start to cheer, to clap, or to shout. Wala nagturo sa atin kung paano maging isang fan or isang maging audience sa isang basketball game, right? So, ano lang yon, parang out of what you observe lang. Tsaka out of emotions lang din. So, yung point is, yung mga ethnomethodological researchers, they don't look dun sa kung ano man yung ginagawa ng mga tao sa araw-araw lang ginagawa. Araw-araw lang buhay. So, what they look at is kung bakit nila yun ginagawa. So, it's not what they're doing, it's why they're doing. Yun.
Hi ma'am. So next I'm gonna discuss po is the common methods used in ethnomethodological research. So first is conversation analysis. According to the book, conversation analysis is a common interest in understanding the methodical construction of social action. In simplest way po, itong conversation analysis, ito po yung method na ginagamit ng researchers is nagko-converse lang sila dun sa participant nila to gather the data needed for their analysis or to come up their analogy based on the topic they needed. And then yung next naman po is yung participant observation. It involves the researchers immersing him or herself in the daily lives and routine of those being studied. Dito naman po, yung mga researchers, ini-immerse po nila yung sarili nila based on dun sa kailangan nilang ipagawa dun sa mga participants nila. So para po yung analogy ng mga researchers is mas precise po dahil po napakiramdaman po nila kung ano yung definite and precise product or explanation dun sa research topic po nila. And then yung next is interviewing. The researchers learn about how a particular aspect of social life is constructed or perceived by people by speaking with informants or members of a particular social group. Dito po sa interviewing, ito po yung pinaka-basic na methods na ginagamit in all of research method po na interviewing because ito po yung basic na the researchers just gathered their needed participants and they just interviewed, talk in interaction with their participants. And then lastly is collection of artifacts and texts. Dito po is how in this method, how social experience is organized and accomplished by examining how artifacts or materials are used by a member of a group. Dito po yung mga researchers, yung ginagamit po nilang data or ginagamit po nilang sources of data is from artifacts and texts like written protocols, charts, flow sheets, and educational handouts na mga handouts for materials na para po siyang related literature po, yung mga nagamit na o mga previous studies po na nasulat na, doon po sila humahanap ng analogy para po ma-come up nila yung needed answers nila sa topic. Yun lang.
Sure.
Sorry. Hi, ma'am. So, ayun, using ethnomethodology in media and communication research. So, ayun, ethnomethodology yan, examines how individuals uses everyday conversations and gestures to construct a common sense view of the world. It is a way din po of studying the codes or unconscious belief system that lie behind our utterances and everyday lives. An example po to this is yung halimbawa sa joke, ipapakita ko lang po kung paano yung relation din ng communication and media dito. Sa isang joke po, it's either you get it, you don't get it, and there are people din po na tinatawag nating ethnomethodologists na sila yung nagdadigest ng every word parang that constructs yung sentence and ina-analyze nila to in a distinct way wherein it is very logical. So, ayun, halimbawa na rin sa mga hugot, sa hugot, it's either you can relate to this or dahil sa experience mo or how you perceive pain and love, and others are really ignorant about this kasi hindi pa nila na-feel yun. And yun nga, yung ethnomethodologies na tinatawag natin kung saan inaaral nila kung paano natin intindihin yun. And then, ethnomethodologists are the one who analyze text in a distinct way. Like, for example, yung motto nga rin po ng this is why we play. For ordinary people, we see this meaning based on how they could associate yung sarili nila sa nakikita nila sa actors and actresses. Ito yung sabi dito, media serves as the bridge for the real message that is created by writers to meet the cognitive level of ordinary people. Diba sa media, usually yan group of writers, yung whatever we see sa TV, ganyan, whatever is presented sa atin, group of media yan, wherein nagsishare din sila ng isang common perception na ipre-present nila sa atin. And saan ba nanggagaling yung perception na yun, kundi sa atin din na mas na nakikita nila or na-observe nila na nagugustuhan natin. And ayun nga, communication is the way we explain things based on how the media presents it. Sabi rin dito, wait lang. Unlike ethnomethodologists, they seek to know the true meaning of the message, and media wraps up the truth to the majority to be presented. And dito rin po, makikita po natin sa chart yung pure research, which is yung dun sa side na ethnomethodologist, and then dun sa applied and adopted research, which is dun sa ordinary people. Sa pure research, we can see here nang ino-observe nila is yung everyday life ng ordinary people. And habang tayo naman is yung whatever yung finifeed sa atin or ini-inject sa utak natin ng media. And so, ayun, parang na-associate natin yung sarili natin sa mga actors and actresses and even dun sa songs sa mga singers or artists na nakikita natin. And then yung routine interactions, ito yung dun sa real world phenomenon, yung mga nangyayari sa atin ng paulit-ulit, yung mga events in routine. Tapos sa applied naman or dun sa ordinary people, scripted interactions kasi yun nga, scripted kasi yun yung nakikita natin or pinarepresent lang sa atin ng media. And then pero they may common ground sila, which is the search for codes. Yun yung kung saan natin kung whatever man yung maging effect nito, syempre maapektuhan yung perception natin, and syempre lahat tayo may kanya-kanyang response to this.
So, how ethnomethodological applied in our daily lives? So, first, yung love is a game. Noong 1940s and 1950s, sikat na sikat yung mga romantic ballads. Isang interesting song ang nakita nila, yung It's All in the Game ni Tommy Edwards, which states that love is a wonderful game. So, students were asked, what is the metaphor love is a game implies about love, and they supply the following notions about what we might describe as logical imperatives or common sense beliefs found in the metaphor love is a game. So, una, yung someone wins and someone loses. So, we all know na sa game, may nananalo, may natatalo. So, we can expect sa love din, may nananalo at may natatalo. Next naman is sometimes you're winning and other times you might be losing. Uh, like most games, we're never really sure kung mananalo ba tayo, matatalo sa huli. So, next naman is yung love is not serious. We all know that games aren't really serious. So, if love is a game, hindi rin siya seryoso. So, we play those games just to amuse ourselves. And when we get bored, we end up stop playing the game. Next is yung there are rules to follow in games. Games are rule bound. It has rules, so you can make up the rules to suit yourself as you proceed, or you shouldn't. You have to watch out for cheating. Some people cheat at games, and you have to watch out na sa love may nag-cheat din ng feelings nila towards you, and pinagsasabay kayo. So, no, last yung games end after a while. Eventually, sa game may nananalo and may natatalo. And pag na-board na yung players, they end up stop playing the game. So, itong binigay na notions ng mga estudyante, we can see that describing love is a game and means that we can adopt a certain set of understandings about what love is and how to play the game of love. And recognizing that people see love as a game and tracing out the conclusions that can be drawn of the metaphor love is a game is a form of applied ethnomethodological research, because we discover how the students create a sense of objective reality.
So, next naman po sa application is yung humorist as a code violators po. So first, humor according to the internet is a quality of being amusing or comic, especially as expressed in literature or speech. And then according naman po sa book, humor is a subject that has perplexed philosophers, psychologists, sociologists, linguistics, communication theories, and other thinkers for 1,000 years. And then humorists po are the artists or performers. And then dito po sa whole application na to, jokes is the vital life, wherein yung jokes po yung pinaka parang life nung mga humorists, how they conduct their act on their daily basis. And then yung jokes po are characterized as a short narratives meant to amuse people, have punchlines, and then generate mirthful laughter. And then dun po sa book, nag-present po sila ng diagram on how jokes are on how jokes are give to its audience. Nag-come up po sila ng diagram para po mas madaling maintindihan ng mga audience or ng mga readers. So, dito po sa diagram, meron po tong certain joke, and then babasahin ko na lang po yung joke. So first, A minister comes home early and finds his wife lying in a bed naked. There is a strong smell of cigar smoke in the apartment.
Excuse me.
Po?
Yeah. I think ito naman siya sample lang naman siya nung parang mga ways ng paggamit na
Ethnomethodology.
ethnomethodology. So, hindi naman siya kailangan required na discuss mo in great detail. So, no problem.
Next na po.
Hello? Next
Aba. So next na to. So hindi na din.
Very cultural kasi itong humor niya dito eh. So, baka hindi
Hindi rin maintindihan.
iba rin yung dating niya sa kultura natin.
So hindi na din to. So next na. Ito na po. Thank you, ma'am.
Tapos na.
Okay.
Next na. Ako na sa stress.
Hi, I'm back. So now let's talk about ethnomethodology and communication process. So how is ethnomethodology relevant to communication? A while ago, na-discuss na kung paano ginagamit yung ethnomethodology sa mga film, sa mga song lyrics, sa mga jokes. So, hindi lang siya doon nagtatapos. We can also use ethnomethodology sa iba pang bagay. Katulad ng what do you call this? Intercultural communication. For example, or sa intercultural communication, dito natin hinahanap kung paano o kung ano yung mga national codes or yung mga ways kung paano makaka-interact o magkakaintindihan yung dalawang magkaibang kultura. And also, we also applies the same approach dun sa mga subcultures katulad ng mga drug abusers, prostitutes, criminals. We can't just judge them dahil prostitute sila. Kailangan natin alamin anong pinag-uugutan nila, where they're coming from, ganun. Bakit nila ginagawa yun? Yun yung mga what do you call this? Titingnan. Sa ganung perspective, tinitingnan ng mga ethnomethodological researchers yung mga bagay-bagay. And then, I'm going to show you another clip again. Mga 2 minutes lang to. Galing din siya sa Facebook, pero dinaload siya sa YouTube.
Morelis arrives at Simpatia, home to a large tribal community who joined the outside world over a century ago.
E saíram bem ali, 4, só 4 rapazes. Só que o rio agora tá cheio. Aqui era uma praia, os índios saíram ali, ó. O rio tava seco, aqui fica uma praia, você viu como é rasinho aí? Lá eles saíram na beira, ficaram falando, não sei o quê.
The men were speaking a language which relates to that of another local tribe. But that day, people barely understood each other. Their words have now been fully translated, and they reveal the group were fleeing something terrible.
Peixe.
Aqui. A gente protege. Aqui. Nós, para.
Não, eles vivem de outra forma, né? Eles são, sei lá, o que nós já fomos. A humanidade hoje, nessa globalização, essa maluquice toda, de repente tem um cara que mora aí no mato.
These first hours of contact were really tense, with the anthropologists constantly saying no. The day turned into an intricate dance of understanding and misunderstanding, particularly when Morelis and his colleagues attempted to sing back to them. In the end, 35 men and women emerged from isolation following the encounter filmed that day on the beach.
So yun, nung una, sa nakita nyo sa video, they can't understand yung, hindi magkaintindihan yung dalawang sides. And then, little by little, with hand gesture, siguro, assumption, nag-assume sila ng mga meaning ng mga bagay-bagay, nagka-crack sila ng mga codes just to try to understand each other. Konti-konti, nagkakaintindihan sila. So, yun, those things are how ethnomethodological researchers look or sa ganung perspective na titignan yung mga bagay-bagay. And eto, didiscuss ko yun ako saan mga in-apply yung ethnomethodology sa mga scenario. Let's try to talk now paano sila in-apply. Yung una, kung naalala nyo yung sa border, yung magpapanggap ka na border sa sarili mong bahay. So, what you need to do is, first, you need to what do you call this? Kailangan mo magpanggap na hindi mo sila kilala. Just assume that you don't know the people around you, kahit na pamilya mo yon, and then describe what happened as carefully as you can. And then, also, wag mo munang iisipin kung ano yung mga susunod lang gagawin. Kasi syempre, nasira mo yung normal na circulation or yung normal na nangyari sa bahay nyo. For example, kumakain kayo, nasira mo yung normal na nangyari sa dining table nyo sa pamagitan ng yung hindi mo sila kilala. Syempre maninibago sa'yo. So, huwag mo nang i-assume kung ano yung mga pwede lang gawin kasi hindi mo ma-achieve yung goal na gusto mong makita. And then, doon naman sa pangalawa, what do you call this, sa jokes, tingnan mo yung nagjo-joke. What assumptions do the characters have about life? Kasi normally naman, di ba, mga hugot-hugot lang din yan eh. Di ba, normally doon naman galing din yung mga jokes natin. So, that's how they look at life eh. Tsaka how they look at others din. And tingnan din natin kung may mga behavioral codes that inform the dialogue. Yung may mga codes, behavioral na mga code, yun, codes nga, na nilalagay nila dun sa dialogue nila para maging effective yung joke. And next is yung dun sa Love is a Game, just need to make an analysis, in ethnomethodological analysis. So, paano yun? Just try to be yourself. Like, use your common sense. For example, sa Love is a Game, ano bang essence ng game sa atin? Kumbaga, di ba, alam natin, pag game, laro siya, may nananalo, may natatalo. Tas let's try to be maging pilosopo or as direct as possible. And then connect natin siya dun sa love. Sa ganung paraan, sa ganung analysis, makikita natin yung kung paano tinitingnan ng mga ethnomethodological researchers yung sa mga lyrics or sa mga metaphors na nakikita nila sa mga songs.
And then yung next naman po is yung strength and weaknesses po ng ethno. So, yung strength po, to sum up na lang po lahat ng nakasulat dito, yung strength po ng ethno is, di ba po yung ethno, pwede pong maraming methods yung gamitin sa isang study. So yung strength po ng ethno is, so ang daming methods na nagagamit sa isang study, medyo mas precise or mas accurate yung nakakonduct or na-analyze ng researchers na answers based on the data they needed po. And then yung strength din po ng ethno, dahil di po meron po silang method na ini-immerse po ng mga researchers yung sarili nila dun sa research, mas ganun din po, mas precise po yung nakukuha nilang analogy dun sa topic nila. So, yun po yung strength ng ethno. And then yung weakness naman po, yung weakness naman po na nakita namin is, dahil po ang daming nakukuhang ang dami pong methods and ang dami pong possible answers na pwedeng mag-gather ng researchers. Minsan po naguguluhan na po yung mga readers neto or naguguluhan na din yung mga researchers kung alin exactly yung ipapasok nila or ilalagay nila dun sa research nila. So yun lang po. So part 2 na po.
Oh my God. Hi, ma'am.
Ano?
So, for our second part, ito po yung thesis na ginamit na kinuha po namin entitled An Ethnomethodological Study of Concerted and Biographical Work Performed by Elderly Persons During Game Playing by Faye Gotthard Mangrum and C.W. Mangrum. So, let's first talk about play. Play is defined, sabi ng mga studies, it helps children to release tension, be creative while they're learning. So, ibig sabihin, important siya sa development nila. So, according to kay Campbell, play is a normal activity for children who feel secure kasi it encourages them to follow the rules, play by the rules, break them, or invent new ones without resulting to any serious consequences. So, in the other side of the spectrum, sa elderly naman, claim ni Hutter and Deans na yung moderate play activity is very vital sa elders kasi it helps them from their psychosomatic rehabilitation, which means yung moderate play activity, it serves as a coping mechanism for the elders from their mental and emotional afflictions. So, in general naman, sabi ni Charles, yung playfulness, part na siya ng, or intrinsic na siya sa human feature. Which means, as humans develop, yung reasons din nila sa pagsali sa mga play activities, nagde-develop din. So, yung adults, they create or they craft their own reasons in joining play activities, either to contrast work or life attitudes or choose plays that would reinforce their lifestyles. So this study aims to answer two questions. So first is, why do people in their 70s and 80s have the need to continue playing games? And second is, how do elders accomplish the orderliness of this social activity? So sabi nga din ni Kuya Brian na yung ethnomethodologist, ang concern nila mainly is kung paano, hindi ano. So, and qualitative research din siya, so it tackles more on why and how. So, ito din yung people in their 70s and 80s, tsaka yung elders, sila yung intervening variable. Kasi once na nag-mediate sila sa dependent and independent, magbabago yung buong results ng study. Okay, so, moving on, isa sa mga main task ng ethnomethodologist is to expose the underlying patterns na very hindi alam ng mga tao. Ito yung mga patterns or rules na unconsciously sinusundan ng mga tao as they base their assumptions and as they make sense of their situation. So, para maintindihan nyo ng mga ethnomethodologists, ginagamit nila yung documentary method of interpretation ni Garfinkel or yung DMI. It is defined as treating an actual appearance as the document of, as pointing to, or as standing on behalf of a presupposed underlying pattern. Sa madaling sabi, sa DMI, ginagamit natin yung patterns to understand the whole picture, and at the same time, we use the whole picture to understand its parts. Isang magandang example dyan is yung kapag meron kang kaibigan and kakausapin ka niya ng, uy, kilala mo ba si ano? Kasi yung ano niya, nag-ano sila nung ano. So, as a friend, you will base your knowledge, yung mga past knowledge mo about sa kanya. Tapos, doon sa mga experiences nyo na yon, you will fill the gaps, yung mga parts ng mga alam mo na mag-assume ka ng kung ano yung ibig sabihin. So, sa pag-assume mo ng mga parts, naiintindihan mo yung buong sinabi niya kahit wala naman talagang siyang specifically nasasabi. So, to make the study possible, ito yung mga methods ng mga researchers. They video and audio tape the domino games. Tapos yung isang researcher, he acted as a participant observer. Meaning, kasali siya doon, pero ang mainly na ginagawa niya is nag-o-observe lang siya. Wala siyang masyadong interaction sa mga subjects. So, aside from ethnomethodology, conversation analysis is used. So, as you can see dito sa slide na to, ito yung diagram na ginawa namin kung saan apat na elders yung magkasama sa each table. Tapos yung isa doon is yung researcher. So, ito yung procedures. Yung 2-hour duration lang every evening session yung ni-record nila. So, after nilang matranscribe yung video and audio, saka lang nila kinategorize yung conversational analysis, yung conversational topics nila na nahati sa tatlo, which are biographical work, details of the game, and concerted work. So, now, para mas maintindihan natin, let's go to findings. So, ang una nilang kinategorize na sa conversation nila is yung biographical work. Itong category na to, it mainly concerns on the pieces of conversations na sinabi nung elders na nagko-contain ng relived and reinterpreted life stories nila. Ito, ginamit siyang ingredient sa pag-pierce together ng information to make up the biographies of the players. So, isang magandang example dyan is yung conversation 3 na nasa slide na yan. Yung isang player, nagtanong siya ng, now, I'm shuffling this for you. Jean, is she in much pain? Walang sinabing pangalan dyan. Siguro, nasabi na siya before, pero hindi siya na-transcribe dyan. So, ang ibig sabihin yan, yung babae, nagtanong siya ng something or ng topic na outside ng context of the game. So, ibig sabihin, pinasok niya yung personal na topic kahit hindi siya connected sa game. And then, second naman is yung sa 4, kung saan, yung same person din, yung W, nag-share siya ng, I retired last year when school was out, but I went to work at a new job yesterday. Kung mapapansin, wala pa rin siyang connect dun sa context ng buong game. Pero, sabi nung researcher, although simultaneously sila naglalaro and nag-share sila ng ibang topics out of the context ng game, wala daw diversion or confusion from other players na nakita siya. So, ibig sabihin, okay lang sa mga players na may nagkukwento ng ibang topic kahit naglalaro sila. So, mamaya ma-explain din yan kung bakit. Next finding naman is details of the game. Ito naman mainly inaral ng ethnomethodologists kung paano naiintindihan ng mga players yung mga small coherent information na part ng game, such as yung skills, pangalan, appearance nung other players that make up the whole game. Kung mapapansin, ginamit dyan yung DMI. Yung parts, ginamit siya para maintindihan yung whole game. So, ayun nga, ginamit nila yung DMI dyan sa category na yan. Aside from that, tinest din dito yung memory ng mga players. As you can see in conversation 8, dito sabi, nagtanong isa, who laid that double six? Me or who? Ang reply sa kanya is, my partner did. She trumped it. Those are all yours, Carrie. So, dito sa details of the game, tinest kung ano ba yung alam nung mga players sa mga details ng buong game. Yung memory nila about yung mga parts like yung name ng player, yung past actions nila, or whatever. Ayun yung inaral. So actually, itong details of the game, nahati siya into 3 different phases. First one is yung phase 1. Ito, nagsimula siya at the beginning of the game kung saan nag-shuffle yung dominoes. Ito yung part kung saan yung mga players, they are more on assessing kung ano yung domino pieces nila and yung sa partner nila. It's more on the we. Ito yung makikita sa conversation 9. Let's see what he's got. I got a safe dime and see if we can make a difference. I can make a dime any way I play if I had the right domino. So, makikita dyan na nag-uusap yung mag-partner sa kung ano yung mga domino pieces na meron sila. It's more on kung sino sa kanila yung topic. And then, sa phase 2 naman, also known as the pressure talk, kasi ito yung part sa game kung saan lahat ng players nakaka-feel na sila ng tension or pressure. Ito dahil sa pressure, they tend to comment more on their opponents. Hindi na nila masyadong kinokomentan yung sarili nila or yung sa partner nila. Isang magandang example is yung conversation 14. Kung saan, ito yung pag-uusap. I'm going to make a nickel. I don't care what you do. So, ito, sarcastic remark siya. Isa siyang result from the tension na nararamdaman nung mga players. So, wala na yung we. It's more on them. Hindi na nila pinapansin kung ano yung meron sila. More on sa kalaban nila. And then, phase 3 naman is also known as stage of acceptance. Kasi ito yung part kung saan yung mga players na natalo, they are more on accepting yung pagkatalo nila, and they are starting to assess kung ano yung mga past decisions nila doon sa game. Isang magandang example is yung conversation 18. Makikita nyo na dito sa 2 and 3, nang hingi ng sorry or nag-apologize yung mag-partner sa isa't isa. Bumalik ulit tayo sa we, kung saan yung players, they are now assessing themselves again and yung partner nila sa mga past decisions nila sa game. So, for the last finding, yung concerted work. Ito naman, more on how players crafted and shared common knowledge about the game. This part talks about how the players used talk in constructing the game orderly. Ito yung part kung saan inaral yung pag-assume ng players regarding sa domino pieces ng kalaban nila. Kahit wala silang proof kung tama man yung assumption nila, hindi ito naging hadlang para magkaroon ng social orderliness or yung mag-develop pa yung game. Example is yung conversation 19. If you got it, play it. Alright, there it is. What did you tell me to go ahead for? I thought you might have it. I thought you'd put it out there. And yung 21, Jana, I'm going to stick you out a 5 instead because I need you need that one because you got to play that one. Ito yung part kung saan inaral yung pag-assume nga ng mga players sa kung ano man yung pwedeng hawak ng opponent nila. inaral to kasi bakit yung assumptions nila kahit walang tama doon or may tama man, hindi siya nag-obstruct, hindi siya naging diversion para magtuloy-tuloy yung development ng game and yung pagkakaintindi nila kung paano nagwo-work yung buong game. So, ito na yung buong discussion kung saan yung in-explain yung gamit ng ethnomethodology. So, through ethnomethodology, sinabi dyan na yung game, nag-provide siya as an avenue for the elders to reenact or retell their life stories. Doon nga sa biographical, makikita na yung game, importante siya kasi ito yung naging way na matatanda para ikwento nila yung mga life experiences nila kasi they have these instances na dahil matanda na nga sila, gusto nila yung feeling na mag-share sila sa ibang tao, ka-age man nila or hindi. So, for the details of the game naman, nasa ethnomethodology, naiintindihan yung coherency of the talk na nagkaroon ng orderliness yung buong game. Ito yung kung saan nag-follow yung mga elders or yung players ng rules na naset nila in and out of the game. Kung saan, ayun nga, na kahit nag-a-assume sila, tama man or mali, hindi siya naging hadlang para mag-develop yung game at magkaintindihan pa rin sila about sa context ng game or outside of the game. And lastly, sa concerted work, yung unquestioned pretense of assuming what dominoes were in the other player's hands was enough to accomplish social orderliness. So, ganun nga din, tutulad sa details of the game. Inaral ng ethnomethodology, napatunayan ng mga researchers na dun sa mga basic assumptions nila sa kung ano man yung pwedeng nilalaman ng domino pieces ng ibang players, right or wrong, hindi siya nag-affect sa pagkagulo ng play time nila. Kundi, ito pa nga yung nakatulong dahil yung mga assumption nila, doon nagpatong-patong yung conversation nila. If you can see yung sa mga kaninang example na naghuhulaan sila kung meron nga, tapos yung iba nagbibigay pa ng clue kung ano yung meron sila or nagbibigay sila ng tulong na I thought you might have the domino na merong kasame katulad nung sa akin. So, yung mga basic assumptions nila, ito yung nagtawid sa kanila para magkaintindihan sila and also to keep the game going. So, for the evaluation.
Ayan, the evaluation po. The way the researchers studied and analyzed the very reason on why people on their 70s and 80s have the need to continue playing games, they have discovered along the way that it was inevitable for them not to associate as lies about their childhood or yung past by how they react and converse during the game. Games did not only entertain them but also made them more positive in life despite that they have aged and have different perceptions towards the game. Tapos yung recommendation po namin is discuss on how it awakens their brains and how it enhances their skills despite their different views on how they understand the game. Also, by playing games, they never stop learning how is it positive that they still engage themselves sa mga ganitong activities. And ayun, study sana on how to crack the code pa or yung jargons ng mga elderly and yung ma-elaborate pa more. Ayun. Yun lang po.
Okay.
Yun lang.
Yun
Sige.
lang po.
Can you gather muna?
Ah?
Asan na sila, yung mga ibang members?
Hi, ma!
Hindi ko alam kung yung mabagal yung net or ano. Anyway, ayun. Okay na? Hindi ko pa kayo nakikita. Ang bagal ng ano. Are you all there?
Yes po.
Okay. Ayan. Okay. Sige. Number one, ano lang, mga ilang hindi mo clarifications, ulitin lang natin. So again, yung methodology is very different from the other methods na diniscuss sa klase kasi yon single methods lang sila. Pero ang ethnomethodology kasi is a combination of many other methods as long as ang tinitingnan nila ay practices ng isang grupo. Okay, kaya nga siya ethnomethodological kasi tumitingin ka sa isang grupo na meron silang mga specific practices na gusto mo maintindihan bakit nagkaganon. So, hindi siya parang, kaya nga sa ethnomethodology, I think you discussed things on power, on participant observation, may conversation analysis, pwede ka rin mag-interview dyan, pwede ka rin mag-FGD dyan. So, just in case, because of course you will be uploading this online also, para lang klaro sa iba niyo pang classmates, yung ethno is more concerned with the practices of a particular group. Kaya pwede kang gumamit ng iba't ibang methods under ethnomethodology. Okay, so yun na lang yung highlight ninyo sa inyong PowerPoint. Narinig nyo naman ako?
Opo.
Okay. Tapos, I also would like to commend the group because you look prepared and that you're also able to discuss the content of ethnomethodology well. Hindi ko, first time kong discuss sa klase kasi yung ethno. This is a method na hindi dinidiscuss sa mga previous classes ko. So this is the first time that, this is the year that I asked my students to discuss this kasi maraming ang pwedeng magamit sa method na ito. So, ayun, you're able to present naman, but at least kasi medyo dahil parang bago siya sa inyo at mabigat siya ng mga terms, at least you were still able to make it really simple, and at least yung PowerPoint ninyo, hindi naman din siya purely text heavy. Okay, so at least I would like to commend you for that. And also at least medyo nag-effort kayo na maging mukhang presentable ngayong araw na ito. At hindi para mga kakagising lang ng, kakatayo lang ng higaan. Okay, so anyway, good work naman. Ayun, meron pa ba kayong tanong, concerns, clarifications?